Okay, so we have a lot of fighting to do, so let's get right into it. And Nim, if you can go ahead and read out loud your adventuring log again as a recap.
Alright. Mission update. Locate 6th member of the Brotherhood of Silver and gather information about where the hell we are. Also, slay the werewolf. You want the rests?
Sure, give it all.
Oh, god damn it. Okay. There was the TLDR version. Here's the full version. Stranger things happened. I prefer to not invoke any deities, but I do wonder if someone plays some type of mean prank on us. Maybe one of the trickster ones, or one of the Fae, because none of this makes much sense. We backtracked our traces, and while I'm sure I didn't read our tracks wrong, we did not get back to where we started. Things instead got more surreal. We have found ourselves in some strange, distorted land, perhaps taken out of a nightmare. Whatever this is, death happened here. The forest barely seems living, and among the contorted trees and shrubbery, bones and skulls lie between and beneath the roots. Things live here. But it's the same feeling as when things moved into a place abandoned, some place haunted. We all feel it, and none of us has become any wiser. We crossed the river and found a campsite. At the campsite we found Slaughter, and 2 of the members from the Brotherhood of Silver. We identified one of the 2 bodies as we found as Saratonia's, the leader of the group of 6. We assumed the 3 of the Brotherhood lies buried in the graves we found. However, we found 4 graves. One was empty bar a doll, made by some place is no fun, is no Blinsky. The empty grave had the prints of a grown man heaving himself out of there. I wonder if it's related to the deaths of the 2 knights. The scene was gruesome. Without too much detail, Saratonia had been ripped into several pieces, and his companion had been impaled high upon a tree. Whoever, or whatever, did this is strong. If it took down the Brotherhood, it worries me. What are we bound to face sooner or later? We've decided to hold on to their silver short swords, both for our protection, since the legend must be true if the Brotherhood was equipped with them, but also as proof that we did indeed find them. We also found Saratonia's diary. Unfortunately, most of the pages has been ripped from it and burned, but the last few pages might hold valuable information. I read the last page before handing it off to Urard. The words sounded like religious ramblings to me, and I'm not proficient in that. The site also contained a marked tree, a tree with claw marks, just like the one we saw before we entered the misty forest. We do not yet know the importance about this. We did find coins on the knights with a strange face imprinted on them, as well as the word Barovia. Sir Antonius also referred to this place as Barovia. Is this where we are? Rashkai also found a bird with transmutation magic, as well as a young man with it. It turns out she found the cursed bastard Dragomir, as the dead corpse referred to its killer. We learned some information from him. He does not seem to be who killed the knights. However, he is a werewolf. By Asmodeus. What are we in for?
Yes, indeed. We'll find out tonight.
I thought you were going to say next time.
GG, guys. GG, yeah.
Next time, I don't have to prepare a entry for next week.
Yeah, thanks for that, Nim. So yeah, last time we ended things with basically this werewolf character, this Dragomir, shape-shifting into his hybrid form, which was a lot bigger than one would presume based on common knowledge having to do with werewolves. Werewolves commonly are known to be about humanoid size, the size of a grown man, and this one was a lot bigger than that. It was around 10 feet tall and wide as a house. It was the size of a large creature, the size of a troll, for example. And its roar was also like emanated this wailing and screaming of a human being in pain, while also bellowing this hellish roar of something very beastly. And we were situated with Rashkai and Sharp around 10 feet in front of this werewolf. Gerard was around 10 feet behind him when he was trying to encircle the boy. And with James Baxter having snuck up into a tree and hanging on a tree branch right above the werewolf without it noticing it, around 20 feet or so above him. Or no, sorry, 10 feet above, something like that. Nothing too crazy where he would break his legs jumping down. And also Warren was a little further off, more into the camp, something like from 70 to 100 feet, something in that range. And yeah, we are about to start with rolling initiative, so let's go. Start your engine.
I still get my attack of opportunity.
Yeah, but let's get the order first.
17 for Gerard. Were you ready?
15 Rashka.
One of my mentals.
Gerard got 17, right?
Correct, yeah.
Yes, sir.
I got 8 for Sharp.
15 for Rashka.
18.
Oh, James is going to get 2 goes in a row here.
What
Yeah,
was
right?
Rashkai's score?
15.
15.
Yes, sir.
I got a natural 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
You're just back at the campsite, you're getting your sleeping bag out. You're like, I'll have a wee nap.
Kieran and I are
Alright.
playing a card game, like, go for it. Yeah.
Well, the order is thus: James, Gerard, Rush, the werewolf, Sharp, and then Warren. And before this litany will commence, James has indeed got a surprise round, having sneakily climbed the tree and hanging above the werewolf, who is none the wiser of his presence. And also James is in possession of one of the silver short swords as well. So yeah, let's start off right there with James.
Yeah, so I do have the silver sword, but can I use it, or does it cost like a bonus action? I mean, I have it in my hands, but
No, it's just a regular item, just like if you were using your regular sword. It just is imbued with the quality of being made out of silver or being coated with silvers.
okay, awesome. Okay, then I guess I'll have to sneak attack him, huh?
All
Okay,
right,
so-
you're going to be jumping down from the branch, right?
Yes, I will.
All right.
So let's see. Once per turn can deal. So I have to attack first. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where are you? Equipment or actions? Attack. Yeah.
I'll have to remind people that I'm sadly not that familiar with all the special abilities, for example, that rogues have. So if anybody, if like there's any confusion of how something works, feel free to shout out.
As far as I know, I've only got sneak attack, so I don't know if that's all I've got, but that's the only thing I have. So
That's at least your main kind
Yeah.
of big
Primary
thing.
function.
Yeah, I'd always sneak. Always sneak
Yeah.
attack.
Always.
That's
yeah, okay. So as first, I need to see if I hit him. Let's see.
Do it.
Oh, it's a B, so that's 27.
27.
Nice.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
that
natural-
surely hits.
Is that a
Wait,
natural 20?
Yeah, natural 20.
Oh,
Nice.
Nice.
oh.
So that's double damage. All the dice, double the damage.
Okay, okay. Then I need to roll my short sword damage first, right? And then after that, sneak attack, or
You
Yeah.
roll them all simultaneously, essentially, and double it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then you add the modifier.
Yes. So you double whatever damage is on all the dice, then you add the modifier.
Okay, so let's see. I need to throw 4d6s then, because my short sword is 1d6, and then my sneak attack is 3d6s.
Yep.
So 4d6, yeah. Boom. Yeah, that is 14, and then plus 4 from my short sword. So that's
Okay, so
18.
first you do 14 times 2,
Yeah, 28.
and then you add your modifier.
Yeah.
Then plus 4. I
Yeah,
think,
so that's
right?
32.
32. Yeah.
32.
Starting as you mean to
Yes.
go on.
Nice. And it might do more damage because it's silver, but we don't know.
Okay.
All right. So, jumping down from the tree, do you have anything specific in mind how you're like jumping, like visually, just speaking?
Yeah,
Are
I'll
you, like-
probably. Well, I assume he's exactly below me, and then I guess his neck is pretty open. So I'll probably try to go for the neck. James will jump down and try to stab him in the neck with the silver short sword.
All right. Actually, this is kind of a bummer thing. I'll skip it this time because of for my fault of not making you make a certain roll before you were hitting with your sword. So we'll just forget that this time. But next time I'll try to remember. But yeah, this time you're going to be jumping off and coming down with your silver short sword. Everybody except for Warren, of course, can see this this spectacle happen right in front of their eyes as this beastly, monstrous creature is standing there and looking quite indomitable. And the very shortest, the kind of 7-year-old sized person is leaping out of the tree heroically with the sword in hand and stabbing it right into its back as he's jumping down. And as you stick the silvered short sword into its back, it lets out this like shrieking a roar that's just like if you're pulling somebody's nails, just like a horrible hellish scream. And as the silvered blade sticks into its back, this gulp of red blood just kind of comes out of the wound, and the moment it touches the blade, it just hisses as if it was like boiling in a nanosecond, and it's like bubbling and hissing, and steam is like erupting out of the wound as you strike it, and it screams like it's in horrible pain, and it even like falls down to like one knee a little bit, and its arms are like wailing in the air, and it's just like whatever it might have been focused on earlier, it's like its mind is just like immediately scattered from the sheer torment of this strike. And moving on to the normal initiative order, James is at the top of it, so you get another turn right away. But this time I remember that you're going to be subject to one of the features that the werewolf has, and you're going to have to make a wisdom saving throw, being this close to this monstrosity.
Okay. So, then I need people's help because I'm not experienced. Because now I'm in the open and I'm not able to sneak attack anymore.
Right.
No,
Well,
well,
actually,
as
you
long as-
are,
Yeah.
because we are in combat with it. If your allies are within 5 feet of it, you still get sneak attack.
None of
But
us
you're
are, though.
not. You're 10 feet away
Yeah,
from him.
we're
You're
all
not
10
in
feet.
like close combat, close quarters when we started. So you still have like a maneuverability.
No, Rashkai was within 5 feet for sure because I used hypnotic gaze, and you have to be within 5 feet to do that.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case.
Oh no.
Okay.
James is going to one-shot this guy.
Fine with that.
Wisdom savings throw.
Sorry?
What's your wisdom savings throw?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so what's the wisdom saving throw?
And,
I'll throw it now, right?
Yeah.
Right. So underneath strength and dexterity, there's a box there with all
I
six
got 6.
things. Okay.
You got 6? All right. Well, in that case, it's like the moment you had struck this creature in the back, and it's like its head pointed upwards, and it's like you can see the side profile of its head as its maw is just gaping open with all the serrated teeth and drool coming out of it, and just the fury and pain in its eyes. The mere presence of this unearthly creature right in front of you, you become frightened, and what that means is that you can't move any closer to him. You're already like in close quarters with him, but striking him will be at a disadvantage, because just witnessing this is like you're close to crapping your pants, basically.
I'm so small.
Yeah, well, he looks like one swipe might kill you. You don't know if that's true, but you're definitely convinced.
Okay, so I have to throw with disadvantage then. So basically throw my dice twice and get the lowest one, right?
Well, where did you land? Did you land behind him? Because if so, you would have advantage because you'd be flanking with me, so you would have a straight roll.
Okay.
Yeah, feel free to decide which side you jumped up.
Yeah, well, I mean, I stabbed him in the back. I assume I was behind him. And
there you go. So now you just roll straight because you have advantage, but you also have disadvantage.
Okay, so I roll my short sword. It is 17, so plus 7 is 24. 24.
That definitely hits.
And you do get sneak attack damage.
And then I got...
Yeah, you do. It's a whole new turn. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then I need to throw 4 d6s again. 1, 2, 3.
No, that was last time because you had rolled a natural 20. That's right. It was a critical hit. Now it's just a regular sneak attack.
Normal sneak attack.
Yeah,
you still roll the dice, but you don't double them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well done.
Oh, this is a good throw, I think. 17. So 17 plus 4 is 21.
21.
Big damage over
50
here.
points of damage.
Yeah. Well, we can go. He's got this.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was his strike. And again, when you go and like, are you like stabbing it in the back? And
Yeah, I'll try to stab him in his back again.
Well, the same thing happens when you strike it with the silver short sword. Again, you see the like bubbling, and it's almost like his blood is acid. It's so extreme the effect that the presence of silver, the allergic reaction it has to it. And then after that, it's Gerard, and Gerard was about 10 feet away from this creature behind it. So James basically hopped kind of like in front of you, between you and.
One question though, because I think when Shin was playing a rogue, he was able to run away as well and hide. Is that?
That's a bonus action thing. You can so as an action, you can normally like disengage, or you can use your action to run. But when you're a rogue, you can do it as a bonus action. So as a bonus action right now, if you wanted to, you could like disengage so that he can't get an opportunity attack against you, and then you could use your movement speed to get as far away as possible, or you could use your bonus action plus movement speed to get double as far away and take the chance of him hitting you with a attack of opportunity.
But do I not have a bonus action?
You do.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, okay, so I can disengage.
I do want you to be aware of the fact that you are frightened right now, and which means that you can move away from it, but
you won't be able to
can't move back up to it.
Correct.
So
Because you're frightened.
how do I lose the frightening?
You make a save on every turn. Reroll.
Yeah. I can't really like tell you how the effect works completely, because that would divulge certain aspects about how the werewolves' abilities work. But next time it's your turn, you'll get to roll.
Okay, then I'll try to disengage, and you said I can move as far away as possible, right? But I can't hide.
30 feet. You're human, right? Or what?
Yeah, I'm hobbling.
Okay. Then what's your but whatever your movement speed is, you can move that far away.
25.
There you go. 25.
Okay, yeah, then I'll disengage and move more towards Warren, if possible, as more
Okay,
close to
into
the
the
rest of the
camp.
group. Yeah, more
Okay.
more towards there. So I'll try to maneuver around the tree. So I move around the tree where he's standing, and then move as far as possible.
All right. So with that movement speed, when it's time for Warren's turn, he would already like see you coming. That's far enough to get there. Yeah. After that, it's Gerard. Yeah. So basically, you see him run up, and you're 10 feet away from this creature, and you're seeing him get stabbed, and it roaring like this, like described, and it's also something that's sending shivers down your knees. So go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw as well.
Hopefully this should be fine. Wisdom is my jam.
Natural one.
No, 18.
18. Oh, definitely works. So you see it, you witness it, you recognize it, but it doesn't get to you. You can still hold your faculties together and act.
I'm
So,
scared
yeah.
of no wolf.
Hmm?
Ghostbusters theme, but wolves. Go on.
Sure.
So
okay.
there it is. There it is, bleeding, boiling blood, and roaring like hell.
Again, he's going to do a Geralt of Rivia style fuck, and he's going to bring his hand out with his talisman, and he's going to say, sorry child, and he's going to cast or use his channel divinity to cast Path to the Grave. Any creature within 30 feet until the end of my next turn, the next attack that hits, the creature has vulnerability to it. So whatever the next attack that hits him, it will do double damage.
Okay. Is this every creature within 30 feet, or just a specific one?
Just a specific one.
Okay. I was gonna be like,
Yeah,
okay.
no, it's just one. I thought it had vulnerability against all attacks until my next turn, but no, it's only the next one attack.
All right.
Still decent, I think.
In that case, there's a question: how aware are you guys of each other's abilities and training and background and these sorts of things?
Well,
you're a well-oiled machine, like a unit together, but still, I'll leave it up to you how well you know.
I mean, might have seen this before, but either way, he was going to shout out some instructions, as it were.
Right.
Whenever he casts it, he's going to basically shout out, hit it hard with the next hit, or don't hit it at all, and cast it.
All right. Does your magic look any specific?
So the way that he casts it, again, from him, it looks very utilitarian, just a quick flash of light. But I've had a week to think about this, and I picture it being quite dramatic on the creature in that it sort of sees, if you've ever watched Scrooge or anything like that, where it's like chains sort of coming from the grave that are like grabbing the creature and basically restricting its movement. If you want to take it a step further, I can picture an angel, like an angel of death, holding those chains and sort of wrestling with it. If you want to make it really dramatic.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
So that's
It's also when you go and cast this spell, and while you're yelling out these orders and things, again, you feel the same sort of uneasiness. You don't feel the presence of your god while you're casting magic in his name. And while you're in the moment, you're not afraid. You're on the task. That still feels like a disconcerting thing. And when you do cast the spell and these chains appear, and like while it's flinging its arms, it like looks like it's like having to really fight against it, and its arms are getting kind of bent downward, and like you described with the angelic figure kind of appearing like a shadowy kind of a visage there. It looks like you can almost see like these kind of extra lines under its eyes in the kind of sense of looking frail, the kind of thing. Yeah. And sure. Is that all you're gonna do?
No, he's going to use his bonus action now to cast. I need to tick it off. Cast Shield of Faith on Rashkai. So it's just a concentration spell. Bonus action, 60 feet, concentration, and Rashkai gives you a +2 to your AC. And Rashkai, I'm sure you'll have cast this on you before. And again, it's still utilitarian on his part just to sort of present the sigil. But Rashkai, you'll see a sort of it'll be the scales. Kellenvor's, the skeletal hand holding the scales, that symbol of Kellenvor. Yeah. It'll just be like a glowing version of that, sort of floating around you as a ward of protection against you.
And I also had cast a Mage Armor when we first got here. So just so you know, with my AC, is now
24.
16.
Oh, geez, only 16 even with Mage Armor and.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that including the +2?
I rolled like shit for stats. Yeah,
Jeez.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Well, at
but
least
that's
she's going to be. All right. Then after that, it's Rashkai.
Okay, so I have to roll.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, exactly. You're going to need to roll the wisdom save as well.
I got you, baby. No.
What did you get?
She just starts.
Yeah, exactly. And you were the one who was like the most engaged in being the humanitarian in all this. And after seemingly failing at it, even though you got a lot of info out of him, he still went this way. And witnessing it in front of you, like going from this injured, like emotionally injured and fragile kind of 10-year-old or 12-year-old, something in that range, to this, it really messes with you.
Sure. Well, now that I know that she's frightened, I'm going to play to that and disengage, run back 30 feet. That's her whole turn.
All right. Well, there you go. You'll with 30 feet, you'll pretty much get to the almost to the river. So you're gonna see like Warren to your right in the camp, and you would see like James coming in through the woods as well. So you're not.
For my bonus action, I would also just like to say, try not to kill him. He's just a child. We might be able to save him, maybe.
If I had a level 3 spell slot, I might have been able to do something, but we're all dead.
Yep.
All right. Well, after that, it's the werewolf's turn. And seeing that right in front of it is right now basically just Sharp. She's the one with the heavy-set armor. She looks the most dangerous. She's holding a silver sword, and she has horns on her head as well. So
named after the damage.
So yeah, she is going to be.
She's staring him down with his like completely blackened eyes and just like this piercing gaze.
All right.
Does she need to roll as well?
No, it's not your turn. Yeah.
Yeah, it's werewolf boy.
Yeah.
You have to roll.
So, oh no.
Sees himself in a puddle.
No. Wait.
I can't advance on me. Oh no. Turns into a mime.
No, it's 12 and 13. It swipes twice.
12 and 13.
All right. So basically, it looks to be mostly caused by the sheer pain that it's under. It's just like maniacally just like swipes, and it mostly swipes at the size of trees and at the earth around its feet, and just chunks of like earth and mud and soil just fly through the air, and it's just like the screams coming out of its mouth are just like bone chilling and horrendous. But yeah, it's just swiping madly in front of it, trying to get at Sharp, but failing to do so, being completely like disoriented and completely like overtaken by pain. But yeah, then it's Sharp's turn, and you see this right in front of you. Go ahead and roll wisdom.
Wisdom. There we go. 15?
All right, that works. So, even though all of this is happening and some of the chunks of earth that are flying in through the air are about the size of your head, it's still like you can keep your calm. You're pretty much in charge. You're the leader of the group right now. It's like a lot is hanging on your shoulders. You're holding a silver sword in your hand, and you heard what Gerard said.
Leaves for this. She's drinking it up. All right. So what she is gonna do is that she is gonna take the silver short sword and move in on the. Well, she's already. Well, he's moved in on her. But she's basically gonna strike it and go for damaging attacks. And so basically, she has her. Well, she has a shield, right? Yes, she does. So she's basically coming out from under her shield and just like hitting around it like proper soldier tactics.
Yeah, like a centurion.
Yeah, so it's like moving the shield out and sword stab, and she's gonna do that twice for her 2 attacks because she has an extra attack, right? Yes, she does. Okay, so that's, let's see, 25 on the first. Ooh. And 12 on the second
Right.
to hit.
Well, the first one hits, the second one sadly doesn't, but the first one, it has the special added effect that Gerard gave you by having this. Even though the chains were holding him down, maybe that was also affecting the fact that when he was wailing around, it's like he's yanking on these chains and they kind of try to keep pulling on his arms. And yeah, he's right there in front of you, you holding your shield firmly in your arms and getting in to stab it. And you do indeed get to do that and roll for damage.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll for damage, and I'm also gonna roll a superiority dice and do a maneuver. And I'm gonna do a distracting strike, which is when I hit with a weapon attack, you can expend 1 superiority die to add to the total to the damage roll, and the next attack roll against a target by attacker other than you has advantage if the attack is made before the start of your next turn. So whoever attacks next has advantage.
All right. Being a distracting strike, do you have anything extra to add to the description or anything like that?
Look over there.
I am gonna. I'm just gonna like scream as I attack and just like bring all the focus to me even more, and just paint myself as the bigger threat.
All right.
Whenever you said distracting strike, the first thing I thought of was Warren sitting back at the thing playing cards, just like, someone say distracted? No.
All right, it's a D8. I was like, what is my die that I have to add? Oh, nice. So this is 18 damage on my side.
18. So with vulnerability, that's a double. How much was 18? 36. Okay. Well.
Wait, 36? Wow.
Big brain. Man.
Do you have a specific spot in mind where that strike is going to be landing?
If it's that large, it's probably like go for like the knee or like the hamstring or something, you know.
All right.
That it's harder for it to move as well, and just like.
All right. Well, you go in with your loud scream and you stab it in the leg, and as you go in, and it really like you can feel the blade just like digging its way behind its like kneecap and really into the tendons and everything. And while the blood is kind of gushing out, and it again like immediately like letting out a hiss and bubbling up, and immediately when that sinks deep into it, the foot just gives out. It just like kicks backwards so that his entire upper body just slams to the ground, and the chains are like yanking it down as it's going. And you can immediately see when it falls to the ground that it starts to have these convulsions, like an epileptic fit, where it's like its tongue is waggling out, like drool is just oozing out of its mouth. Its eyes are starting to like really go to the top of his head, and like its arms are gonna like really get like yanked, and it's shaking and it's shivering, and it looks like the pain is just so unbearable that it's completely been incapacitated by the sheer amount of it. And it's just, you can like, it's like letting out these almost like fainter roars on the ground and louder screams of pain. It's just just like pleading, just plead, like out of its gullet as it's shivering.
Gonna yell out to her teammates, "Strike it now! It's distracted!"
All right. And then after that, it's Warren.
Yeah, as Kiramon and I were probably playing some cards, we hear the fight going on, and we just jump up, kind of drop the cards to the ground. Anybody that's paying attention will probably notice that a couple of the cards that Warren was holding on to were actually illusionary cards, and he just like drops them and starts running towards where the shit's going on.
And you can hear Kirimon kind of go, "Ah, human, we get to witness a death."
I run towards it. Do I get? I move my full 30 feet towards it. Can I see it?
Yes, you can see what was described earlier, and you don't have to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right. And how much of a distance is there now between us?
I'd say it's something like 40 to 30 feet, something like that.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I kind of grab my sphere and I just move it about, and just two of these beams just come out of it, and in hurlneck speed, these purplish beams just go towards it and zap it.
All right. Well, go ahead and make a roll. Yeah.
Stop hitting him. He's already dead.
Remember that.
That is the first roll is 22, and the second roll is 19.
They both hit, and you don't have to roll damage. It's basically like as Sharp got it to slam on its chest, and it was convulsing, and she cried out to finish it, and Warren runs out and releases these beams of magical energy. They just like guide through the air and just hit it, and its entire top of its head just like something from Scanners or something, just bits, just like big chunks just fly off of it, and you can still see its lower jaw just like shake and shiver while that's happening, and its body is just completely like stiffened, while at the same time being just covered in like stutters, just and it's like a magnificent like sight of just. And Kirimon is like he's like grabbing like tighter into Warren's neck and shoulder, and he's like bobbing like like he's really excited, and he's really really expressing it by just going like yes, human, yes, and yeah, he's really into it. And yeah, that's it. One round of combat. and yeah, you can see the carcass there, and it's in its giant mass and form as it's slowly, very slowly starting to shrink, like it's shriveling up a little bit, and you can like see fur just like get caught in the wind and just kind of blow off of it, and embers from a fire just kind of burn out into ash in the air, and it's just very slowly disintegrating a bit in front of you.
There's probably also something else going on. Probably some similar type energy going from the body and heading towards Warren. And probably when it heads towards Warren, it goes into Kirimon and then it transfers into Warren.
I'm really curious now. What the fuck?
If it's represented visually, others will see it too.
Yeah, they will see it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's again just like knowing each other's tactics. This is also a part of the familiarity with each other. Like, how often have you seen Warren kill someone?
Yeah.
And the repercussions of that.
Sharp has seen it.
You've probably seen it, yeah. I mean, everybody that's been on a mission with me, I probably killed somebody in those missions. So you probably
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was the mission to get some milk. Like, kill someone. All dead.
I probably killed someone. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like especially for Gerard and Rashkai. Rashkai seeing the side of more of the human side of this kid, and also for Gerard, like feeling sympathy for the creature while casting the magic. Just seeing his head get sprayed into 1,000 pieces like that, it's like a deflating negative feeling.
Grass guy doesn't really care.
Oh yeah, for you, of course, in that sense, yeah. Emotionally, for a Yanti pure blood, that's yeah. But still, it's well for Gerard and Rashkai would recognize that effect on Gerard, being familiar with him.
She'll turn to him. Yes, I am also disappointed that we will not get more information from him.
Yeah, information's not the problem here. You give me a hand with the body. We'll use that grave that was dug.
Of course. James, can you give him a hand with the body?
James, stay where you are. Rashkai, give me a hand with his body.
She'll sigh, roll her eyes, and try to help with her very weak body.
Yeah, to be fair, Gerard will take most of it. It was more just the principle of the matter.
Well, if the two are doing it, Sharp is gonna cast, they just had a battle. Use them more threats. She's gonna do the whole glance around. Does she spy anything that could be of any more danger, or that showed up that wasn't there before? Or are the birds back?
You basically notice none of that. It looks like the battle ended just a short moment ago. So most likely if the birds were to return, they would do so momentarily rather than already. And while looking around, being all alert and everything, the only things you will notice are like tiny woodland critters just like poking their heads out of places. Like you might see a jackrabbit with its ears perked up, and the moment like everything has kind of cleared off, it will just run off and things like that. Little details, but nothing really serious as a threat. So yeah, while the body is being dragged, you can see it constantly doing the shriveling thing, and after a while, it starts to look like the body is going through like rapid decomposition, where like the moment you would see like its back flesh start to like peel off, you would see that its rib cage is already like pressing down into the shape and size of 12-year-old human's rib cage. So it looks to be reverting back to its human form slowly.
And he's
And-
becoming much easier to carry now.
Yes, he is.
Do you still require my help?
Yes.
Warren is probably kind of standing there, just kind of enjoying the sensation, and he's like, there's this ecstasy going through his body, and there's this like, he looks at Sharp and says, "Good job, right?"
Yeah, good job.
Kiriman is kind of rubbing your upper chest and kind of just smacking his lips, just.
Great teamwork, everybody.
Yeah, good job, guys. Good job. What was it?
And she's gonna walk up to Rashkai as well and ask, "Are you okay?"
Yes, I'm helping move the body right now. I do not enjoy it.
Okay. then she'll walk back.
As you said, when Gerard's going to be like, you can talk after, just give me a hand with this, and have a word with him, and he'll point to Warren.
Yes, Warren. You asked what it was?
You're breaking up, but I
Sharp walked
think
back to Warren.
Oh, sorry. What did you say?
She walked back to you and was like, yes, you asked what it was?
Yeah.
James will
Yeah,
also.
I think that's what we call a werewolf.
Oh, really? I thought those things were badass.
Yeah. Well, it was large and glancing at James, quite scary for some, I think. But we did well. I think we
Yeah.
heard it more than normal rather quickly. If all fights go like that, we should be golden.
Permission to ask you a question, ma'am.
Yes, ask away.
I don't want to come off dickish, but I thought the guys that died here are elite in killing these type of creatures. How come we killed it so easily and they just, well, got ripped?
Well, I don't have a proper answer yet for you. I'm still piecing it together.
Mhm.
I thought the battle would be harder, but what's to say there was only one werewolf they fought? What if they fought more?
Fair
But
point.
also, based on the diary, I think they've been here for a while. They
Right.
might not have been at the top of their game anymore. They might
All
already
right.
be injured.
Worn down. Or do
Yeah,
you think this strange land drains you of stuff?
I don't know. It's unsettling for sure, but I don't feel any weaker.
Me neither. I feel great. He's like really like, yeah.
Should be feeling good
He
after
actually
what you
looks
just
a
did.
little bit healthier. It's like his cheeks are a little bit rosier and stuff. He's like, there's like this glow over him.
You always feel better after killing something.
I do. It's true.
There was still one Silver Brotherhood guy alive, right?
No, there's. I mean,
And not here in the camp, but I think there is
Yeah,
one
exactly.
somewhere.
Okay, that's what I meant.
Because unless they buried someone double, which I don't think they would do based on the reputation.
Okay, well then, I assume James will hear your conversation saying from that you don't know the answer, and James will say, "We might find the last guy, and maybe he has some more answers of what happened."
Here's hoping.
I hope so.
But man, these silver blades are good.
They are.
Did you hit it?
Twice.
Oh yeah! High five!
He did something very surprising, very sneaky of him. He did the courageous thing and leapt out of a tree onto the back of it, and just stabbed it right through and slid down the back with the sword in it.
Nice. Come on, man.
Oh,
No, I kind of lower it so you can easily reach it. Like, no disrespect. Like, yeah, you go.
Yeah, it's like James is out to look for glory and reputation and things like that, and you're making good headway on that.
Nice.
You
So,
now
yeah.
have a proper story to tell. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Go get the cards, man. We don't want to forget those.
Oh, you said that to Kiriman? Yeah, he'll just like nod to you, and like you can still hear him like giggle out of excitement when he flies off to get the cards. So yeah, there you are. The boy has pretty much reverted completely into his Dragomir form, like you saw earlier. He is naked. He's full of stab wounds and like horrible injuries. And of course, the top of his head is like somebody shot him with a shotgun from close range. It's horrible. And yeah, there he is, and you can place him in the grave with you can place him there more gracefully now that his body weight is what it is, and you don't have to like drag it and dump it there. You can just be more gracious with it if you wish.
Yeah. He'll do that and then start filling in the grave.
Let's get the other corpses in there as well to bury them all. 'Cause
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think we did that last because we got interrupted by Tiny Boy.
Yeah, I'll help with that. Do I notice Gerald being a little bit sad, or?
If you wish, you can make an insight check, or Grant can if he wishes that it's clear to anybody who's looking. It's up to you guys.
Yeah, so it'd probably be more clear to Rashkai than anyone else because she's spent most time with him. So I don't know. If you're looking real closely, you might notice that he's not exactly chuffed at the victory, but he's not like massively visibly sad about it or anything like that. Obviously, he's sort of like it had to be done, but he wished that it didn't.
Okay, then. Okay, go.
Rascal will take note, and I understand that he could have been a very valuable asset, which is why I tried to tell the others not to attack him. I assumed that by pointing out that he was young, it would give him a greater chance of survival, as people are not often want to kill children, but it did not work out that way. It is disappointing.
It's sad, Rashkai. But we had no choice. He was dangerous.
It seemed like
nothing I could do at the time to try and help him. Otherwise, if we hadn't have killed him, that he would have tried to kill us, no doubt.
Hearing that, James say like it kind of seemed like he was suffering a lot as well. I think it might have been better as well.
He was in pain, but curses can be lifted. Had we more time, we might have been able to help him in other ways.
Yes, that was my assumption, is that we were going to find a way to relieve him of the curse, but...
In a way we did, but...
That is good then.
Bittersweet. Carry on digging the hole. Or filling in with the...
All right. Well, after a while digging 2 new additional graves and filling in the one for Dragomir, it'll take some time. You guys will notice that the sun never comes out from behind the clouds. The clouds are completely like covering the sky all throughout the time you dig the graves, and while you're digging around, it's like there's these cold wind spans that come here every now and again, just kind of sending shivers down your spine, and hearing crows every now and again, and but not seeing like really them gather like they did before. but still, it's like it's kind of a miserable, like any funeral might feel. It's kind of a miserable affair once you finally do get the graves completely covered. Is there anything that Sharp and Warren are doing while this is going on, the burial is going on, because it's going to take a while?
Or it will be interesting in talking tactics, like what's the plan now, where are we doing, what's...
Right. So going on with that, then, did they have a direction for where like a settlement might be?
We saw, I think, smoke, right, coming from a
Yeah,
little bit further on.
Kiriman saw when he was flying around, he saw that further north there was a walled off settlement, and that the settlement also led a kind of a wavy mountain kind of goat path type of road into a fortress in the mountain range. And he also noticed that the river runs into northeast into a lake, and that there is a road up north before the settlement. That's pretty much all you gathered at current.
Well, with that, going with that is like, I think we should try to find a settlement. Kiriman pointed out.
What
Do
time
we
of
have
day
any
is it?
idea what time it is?
Jinx.
I would say that you guys set off around like early in the morning. So I would say that by the time you are done burying the body, it will be something like akin to 1 p.m.
I'll
something like
probably discuss as they're kind of digging up covering the bodies. I'll slightly mention to Sharp, like, I don't know how long we're gonna need to get to the town or village. Do we really want to spend all the time we need to bury these bodies? Just asking. I mean, strange land
I think
out.
it's worth. Out of respect for the Brotherhood of Silver, it would be great to be able to say that we buried bodies and not leave them wind for weather. That was me realizing that's not a saying in English.
that. Well, there were crows circling the place, so having like the Brotherhood's members get their eyeballs pecked out by crows, that might be kind of bad
Some
look.
of them are kind of dicks, and but it would be nice not to have to falsify that report. I
Fair
think
enough.
that your heart will also be happy if we actually bury them.
Hearing this,
Well,
James will pick up the pace and start digging faster.
Yeah, I'll actually start
And
helping a
easily-
bit. Like, yeah, let's just get this done as quickly as possible.
By
But
the
yes,
time
I think that after this, we should just move quickly towards the village. We don't know how long it will take and what we'll run into.
Well, by the time you've gotten the graves completely covered, does Gerard have like any kind of rites or anything like that in mind?
Yeah. I mean, he'll do. Again, I don't have ceremony prepared, so we're not doing that. But yeah, he'll just again, very utilitarian. He'll make a quick sort of prayer over each of the graves individually, and leave some markings by them, like little stones, headstones, just like a couple piled up, nothing too fancy.
All right. When you're doing this sort of prayer, saying these rites, this is a bit more intimate and personal in terms of the kind of aim and cause of your religion and the kind of root of your faith and things like that. So these are the moments when you would usually feel maybe the calming and reassuring nature of your God's presence the most. And when you're praying, when you're saying these words and performing these rites, you start to feel like in the place of feeling the presence of your God, you start to hear these kind of ghostly kind of as if some sort of exhale just kind of passes you by, and you don't hear them in your ears. You hear them kind of in your heart, the way you would hear the words of your god. And you start to hear these kind of these wisps, these whispers into something that breaks up every once in a while, almost like they are forming some sort of a structure, and they are kind of like getting lower and higher pitch every now and again. And around the time you're coming in to bless the final grave site there, you will start to hear these distinctive kind of words out of it. You will start to hear, like, first these kind of that form into Anil Nothrak Dorthni Dietni Anil Nothrak Dira Umbrana, and just
How do you spell that?
further on. I'll spell it and put it in the.
Thank you. Having flashbacks to our Vampire the Masquerade's game. Are we? Any going to be any exploding mummies cropping up here?
I ain't saying nothing.
Oh, I
might just get the itch to toss in some exploding mummies. So.
Gerard's gonna die again.
No, but yeah, this is it feels doubly disconcerting because it feels at the same time that your god is not present or is choosing to stay silent, and in its place you're hearing whispers from something. Something is clearly like forming sentences and sending them your way, and it leaves a definite sense of unease.
Whenever he's finishing the last grave, he'll that shiver when someone walks over your grave, as the sign is here, and he'll holding his beads and he'll sort of kiss him and say, "The sooner we get out of this place, the better. There's something not right."
Rashka will make a perception check when she hears that.
All right, go ahead and do it.
You see evil.
I believe a 19.
Oh, okay. Well, when you're doing your, do you have anything specific in mind that you're looking for?
I'd be looking either for anything that seems not right, like he was talking about, anything that could be threatening or disconcerting, or snakes to talk to.
Okay, sure. Like how Sharp was looking around earlier, you don't spot anything straight up like any sense of danger right in the visual range. You do, because you kind of have a knack for it, you do notice that there's let's say 20 feet away, there seems to be sort of movement that snakes make when they can slither around, and the underbrush kind of moves a certain way when snakes are about. So you do spot that, oh, there's more snakes there. But as you notice that, you also notice a faint sound, like the wind is kind of, again, like kind of blowing. And whenever it kind of calms down a little bit, you can swear you hear somewhere in the distance a distant howl of a wolf.
I'll point that out to Warren. I think there are more. I'm very confident that I heard a howl of another wolf.
To Warren or to Gerard?
Gerard. I don't know why I keep thinking you're Warren, because you were Wheeler before in W's.
W's, yep. I can be Wheeler if you want. It'll be a bit of a change. Gerard suddenly shrinks to halfling size.
Yeah. To Gerard, she'll explain that and then say, also, there are snake friends. I'm going to converse with them if we are done here.
Yeah. Be quick. I think we're moving off soon. Which direction was the howl?
I point him in that direction.
It's northeast.
It's a northeast.
Which way are we heading? Towards the
North.
village. Is it north? Yeah.
I think we're following the river for a bit because it's
The river is like vertical. It's like east and west. Yeah.
Oh, it's horizontal. Okay.
Okay.
Then, yeah. When I'm done explaining that, I just wanted to ask the snakes. Hello. Do you know where the people live? Where the town is? Can you take us as close to there as possible?
It's a long journey. The caves of men are there.
Can you point us in the right direction? Just for a while, so we don't get lost.
Very well, but it won't be very far for you with your long, spindly legs.
Yes, that is the hope. Thank you very much. What is your name?
It's Hiss. Wait,
Hiss?
Hiss.
Hello, Hiss. I am Rashkai. It is a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for your assistance.
Pleasure is all mine.
Do you have any family members? What are all of their names?
Never mind them. I do not care for their presence.
Understandable. I am quite familiar.
I am an only child. I came from an egg. I do not know my parents.
Let us be on our way.
I will inform everyone of the plan, and the snakes shall be followed.
Sure. And Gerard, while he's talking to the snake, Gerard will pass on that there was a howl heard northeast. Just to...
Okay, let's keep our guard up, and if something happens, teamwork.
I'll instruct Kiriman not to eat the snake.
You kind of get this grumbling of, well, now that you mention it, human. Snake man might be crunchy.
No. We want to keep her as a friend.
But yeah, he'll of course obey. So yeah, you guys start to head northward. And while you're walking through the woods, the rest of you will start to hear howls coming from northeast. You will start to hear like duets of howls, just like a closer one and a further away one, but still the closer one not being like, holy Jesus, like that close. It's still many, many miles away, but still...
James, stop imitating them, man. Please, it's getting on my nerves.
But yeah, it's definitely something that kind of brings a certain sense of alarm, not knowing how many there might be and which one of these are just wolves and which one can actually shapeshift. So yeah, while you're walking and trudging through the woods, the snake will, after a while, just kind of like start to like make kind of circles in place, and he'll point out to Rashkai that this is as far as I will slither. The road is right up ahead.
Thank you very much. Yes, very appreciated.
Salutations. He slithers.
Smile and wave. Okay, that is as far as he will take us. The road is right up ahead.
Okay, Kiraman, you can grab him now.
Yeah, you can hear this kind of a shitty laugh coming out from Warren's shoulder.
You can only talk to snakes, right, Rashkai?
I can talk to many things. I am talking to you right now.
No, yeah, I'm sorry, but I mean, when it comes to animals.
I can talk to any animal.
Oh, okay, cool.
So can you?
I was just going to say, does Gerard pick up on
Yeah,
he
must have heard that before.
Yeah, Gerard will be like, she can only speak and understand snakes. You can talk to any animal, but you can't communicate with any animal.
It's correct. Right now.
I'll sort of give a every fucking time.
The morning I could probably prepare a spell that would allow me to talk to any animal, though.
That might be useful, in fact.
Very useful. They seem to be quite friendly.
Yes. Snakes always are.
Yeah. To a fellow snake-blooded kinsman, especially.
Is this the point where we walk past a body with a guy who's been bitten by a snake and died?
No, I pointed it out last time that there's only like small adders and things like that. So there's not like you don't have to worry about.
Maybe
like,
he was allergic.
yeah, sure. But yeah, after
Snake. So what did he do to upset that poor snake?
Oh no! I hope the snake's okay.
snake. But yeah, okay. Yeah. We, after trudging through the woods for a while, you do notice that right in front of you, like very perpendicular to the river,
Okay.
is a quite a wide and kind of a dirt road that's seen a lot of usage, like a lot of usage being stomped down by feet over the centuries and having carts wielded over it and everything like that. It's a wide, sturdy, old road that you see right in front of you. And beyond that, it's just more thick forest as you arrive onto the road there. But it's like if you look straight west, you can see the road kind of starting to get at further away it goes, starting to get like more and more engulfed by mist. And it's just until it goes pretty much entirely covered in it, completely white, like a complete like curtain of just mist. And looking straight to the east, it tends to go like further on. And after a little while of looking to the east, you can see a fork in the road. You can see I'll have to actually make sure. Check the map I have here, all folded up and everything.
Oh, do you want me to get mine out? Where
No, no cheating.
Darn.
Yeah. No. By the time you will see that fork on the road, you can actually see that on a kind of a elevated. Kind of not particularly like a hill, but still like the earth is elevated a bit higher. You can see that fork on the road that leads northward, like if you're looking that direction, it turns left. You can see this completely fortified village. And the fortification is sturdy stone wall. It's just like really thick and high stone walls that look like like something that could withstand an all-out attack against it. And it has like every time there's like a bend on the wall, there's like a guard tower kind of thing with a sharp, pointy kind of roof on it with arrow slits and things like that. And you can see that the road leads. Like it's only a short while until the road meets the gates of this village, and for the size of it, like a village, it seems like kind of going overboard the kind of defenses it seems to have. But yeah, you notice that, and even though mist tends to obscure some of your as how far you can see the beginnings of that kind of winding road going up the mountain, on which has like this village on its mountain range, like elevated a little bit, but it's still like the fortification, the kind of abbey looking structure that was mentioned by Kiriman before. It looks still to be kind of like too high to really make out clearly here. And it's like, again, like snow at the sides of the road, and snow kind of at the tops of the trees, and also snow on the tops of the guard towers and things like that. And the mountain range with the winding road is completely covered in snow.
How far away does it look?
It's only like let's say 2 miles.
Ah, okay, cool. Even the windy path going up?
No, that windy path is actually like behind the town. It's okay. There's the road and it forks, and then there's the town that's elevated, and it's like kind of like a Motte and Bailey kind of situation. But the winding road looks so rough, and the elements alone look so rough that unlike with the Mott and Bailey, there's no way this village full of people would be able to trek up, like, at least in an orderly fashion, into the structure. So it's most likely just some sort of a, maybe a watchtower purpose, maybe it's a holy site, who knows.
I'll look at Sharp and also Gerard if they're kind of walking together, and I'll say, just so I'm clear, what's our mission now? Find the last survivor, or try to find the last survivor, or try to get out of this place, which, frankly, gives me the willies.
We should try to find the lost survivor, because our mission was to find them and bring them back if possible.
There was also the point of sorry about it. There was also the point of taking over their investigation of the werewolf attacks.
So first of all, we were supposed to do a search and locate if we could, potentially rescue if they weren't dead, and just find out what happened. And if they hadn't been successful, we were supposed to take over and carry out the mission.
Gotcha. So first to the town to get some information?
Yes, and at this point, I am not sure if their mission was the mission they thought they were having. Because this is not in the description. I'm gonna demand hazard pay for us all.
Is there anything you guys want to point out or do or say before you would eventually arrive at the gates of the town?
Yeah, I'll actually ask Warren. Just will ask Warren. So the thing you did to the kid after he died, what was that? If you don't mind me asking.
Oh, you mean the my Eldritch Blasts?
No, after he died.
Oh, when it died, yeah. I have the ability, or well, is it an ability? I don't know. I don't really have a choice in the matter. But if I kill something, I get to take a little bit of its life energy.
Delicious, man. Delicious.
Yeah.
What does it do? Sort of like old man.
What does it do? I don't know. It just makes me feel good, I guess.
It doesn't make you stronger, or
I kind of look. I'm pretty strong as it is, but no, I don't think it makes me any stronger. To be honest, I never tried lifting heavier stuff than usual, but then again, I don't really enjoy lifting heavy stuff that much.
Yeah. Using the word powerful.
Sorry?
Stronger and powerful is not always the same. So, James, try using the word powerful.
Well, it doesn't make you more powerful, does it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, okay. Weird. And I'll just continue walking.
I'll just make sure that Kirimon is out of sight, aka invisible, as we get into the site of the town.
When he makes him invisible, Gerard's going to take a dig at that, and going to say, "Yeah, make sure you don't talk out of him this time when we're trying to negotiate."
Yes, sir.
And Barashkai will take the cloak that Warren gave her and cover up as best as she can to try and hide some of her more snake-like features.
James will.
Go ahead.
James will just be looking at the silver sword, a little bit kind of with a lot of pride, like he did a lot during that fight. He'll be satisfied. The word satisfied. He'll just look satisfied at the weapon, looking at it.
Sorry.
No, I was just going to mention that, and the blade and the sword itself is quite ornate. It's got engravings in it, and it's got detail work on it. It's quite a mantelpiece kind of thing. Once you do get home and get to tell of your glorious deeds, that's something to mount on above a fireplace for sure.
Yeah.
I just look at it and say, "You got a little blood still on your sword. You want me to clean that up for you?"
Is there actually blood on the sword, seeing that it would vaporize like instantly? Just curious.
Actually, if there was blood, it would be still hissing and steaming and boiling. So it's
Well,
it's
it
like
might be fur or something or whatever. Just
okay.
little residue. I just go like, "Here, let me clean it up for you." I just kind of move my hand over it and just bing. It just shines like it's freshly forged.
Yeah, like a mirror polish.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Before we go into the village, just checking. I have a feeling that Gerard and Rashkai would have like a, it's gonna sound weird, a safe word as such in like Draconic for like.
Listen, what you guys do in your own tavern room, you need to keep to yourself.
Kellenvor has no rules against sex. Okay, as long as it ain't dead, you're fine. Yeah, just like as if, say he's trying to talk to someone and it's not going well, and he sort of wants Rashkai to start using her skills to kick off. I have a feeling like, I don't know, in Draconic or something, he would have something, or some phrase. But I just wanted to, I don't know, Rashkai, any ideas what he might say? What might be the word?
What might be the word?
Apart from the bird.
Yes.
Damn it, you beat me to it.
We can make it the bird.
No.
We can circle back to it. For the meantime, if it comes up, I'll just say he says the word.
Something like hiss. It's like really awkward. Like
I'm trying to think of something that surely you would be able to like subtly put into the conversation, so that it's not like he's just in the middle of a conversation with someone who just goes "Caw."
Stop calling me Shirley.
Yeah, don't call me Shirley.
But yeah,
So
yeah. When you guys start to get closer to the gates, you will notice that on this sturdy double door, like reinforced with like steel, like iron stubs on it, and like really framework that you would need a battering ram to get through this with force, or if you had the right spells, and of course those kind of things. On the both sides of this gate, of this door on this gate, are mounted flags, and these flags depict a picture of a wall and a sun above it, and the door has like this old, really kind of decrepit and kind of a worn out sign that says the words Krezg on it. And here's the picture of the flag. And yeah, those are like kind of like flapping, like they're kind of like serrated and kind of like torn off from the edges, and they're kind of flapping mildly in the wind. And do you have any last kind of things you want to mention before, as you approach it, before anybody would like see you?
I don't think I would do anything specific, because
Okay.
I don't know what to expect here.
Yeah, it was more thinking, maybe should we have a human up front? And they're like, well, we don't know what settlement this is. It could be, maybe it's full of tieflings, and actually a tiefling at the front would be good. Yeah, so probably just nothing, and hope for the best.
Yeah, sure.
Back on, Rashkai probably wouldn't give herself up, because that's not who she is yet. So yeah,
All right. Yeah. In that case, once you start to arrive closer and closer to the gates and the kind of village location proper, what will happen is that you will start to hear an alarm bell, like a dinner bell, like a ding ding, ding, like some sort of alarm for a catastrophe or a fire or something like that has broken out, and that's ringing really loud while you're approaching it.
Rashkai, I might need you here.
Sharp is actually gonna turn around just to make sure there's not an attack behind them, because alarm attack.
Sure. Sure. You don't see anything around you. You don't need to make a perception check for that, but you don't see anything like that around you. And when you're approaching the gate a little bit further, so that you're within seeing distance of anybody who might want to address you on the wall or anything like that, you can see just guards, men in chainmail and little tabards and little those plate helmets on their heads, and they'll have long spears, and they're kind of they're kind of rushing to get to the sides, the barricades of the wall there, and they're really forming a kind of a line of seeing just spears pointing upwards. And for those of you with the kind of sharpest vision, you can also see the shadows of figures in the behind the arrow slits. So most likely there's people ready with bows and stuff.
As Gerard tells Rashkai that they're going to need her, she'll immediately try to take the front of the party and smile brightly at all the new people to talk to.
Right.
And Gerard will sort of hold his hands out now, sort of in a, no weapons. While still holding his rosary beads, though, his talisman, but he'll have his hands out and keep his mace and his shield to his side.
James?
Sharp will do something similar, hands to the side, open palms.
James will go what's happening? I can't see anything.
Don't do anything sudden, I think.
Keep your hands in view, everyone.
Threat?
Rashkai, hearing that, will then keep her hands in view.
And I'm just gonna see if I can get them to talk with us, and then maybe one of you.
She's already yelling, "Hello, everybody! We have been looking for you. It is a pleasure to finally find and meet all of you. I am Rashkai."
You can see the soldiers and the guards standing on the battlements. They're kind of they're really they're kind of amping themselves up that stay serious. This could be an attack.
Who do I talk to about letting us in?
And at that point, almost as if you can hear footsteps before seeing him, a figure starts to emerge behind the guards that stands out from the rest of them. And here's a picture of him. It's a middle-aged man wearing a nobleman's kind of a jacket and having a sort of a gold chain of office on his neck. And he has long, shoulder length, light brown to dirty blonde kind of hair, and a mustache that goes into his sideburns around his cheeks. And he has a very firm, very deep frown, scowl on his face. He looks very like he's really exaggerating it, let's say.
Sure.
And he's alone, even though that picture I posted has also his wife there. He's alone right now, and he's walking to the battlements, looking above, looking stern.
Hello, my name is Rashkai. What is your name?
He looks kind of like all of you up and down, and he then says, "I am Lord Dmitry Kreskov. I am the burgomaster of this town.
It is a pleasure. It is a pleasure to meet you, Lord Burgomaster." And she'll bow. We are here to whatever the fuck we're here for. The Brotherhood? Is that what it is? We're here to find the Brotherhood people? What are they called? I can't remember.
Brotherhood of Silver?
Thank you. So we are here on a mission to help the Brotherhood of Silver. We are wondering if you could let us in.
You look like you're servants of the devil.
No.
Gerard hearing that almost as a reaction with hands out, like, nothing could be further from the truth. And
He is a man of...
sort of leave his thing out so that the emblem's showing of Kalimvor.
He is a man of the faith. We actually have already slaughtered one of the werewolves.
Then you are enemies of the devil, and you'll attract his attention here. Why should we welcome you into our midst?
Because we are here to help. We are very helpful people, and I promise you no harm will come to you from our hands.
No reason to trust the likes of you.
No reason
You're
to
not
distrust
from
him.
here.
No, we are not, which is why you should lend a helping hand. That is what a good neighbor does.
Speak to me about good neighbors. You're foreigners. You
This is
don't know
true.
the lay of the land here.
We are asking for your help and assistance, sir. She'll bow. We kindly ask that you help us understand the lay of the land and where we are. Because we are quite confused.
You killed. Did you say, by the way, that you killed a werewolf? Or
Yeah.
Yes.
You say
You'll be
you.
very I did not kill him. I tried to converse with him. They killed him. They are quite good at that.
You can go ahead, by the way, and roll a perception check, just in case.
Oh,
All of
perception?
us, or
Oh no, I mean persuasion. Sorry.
Oh, persuasion? Billion.
Oh, that's his jam.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Natural
19.
1 million.
19. Okay. He's kind of looking up and down at you, and he's like, ignorance has never been an excuse. But if you're... And he'll just kind of start to walk away. You can see his head kind of walk downstairs. And the guards are kind of looking at one another and looking at you, and kind of it's like they look kind of unsure what's going on either. And it'll take a little while before anything changes.
She'll just stand there and wait.
Yeah.
She'll just stand there and wait patiently.
yeah.
After a while, you can see him like say after 10 minutes or so, you'll see him like come up the steps and arrive back into the battlements, and he'll say, "Is there a healer among you, or medicine man?"
Of course, we have a man here who is with one of the gods. He is a man of gods.
Gerard will sort of make a motion, sort of indicate, hey, that's me.
He has healed me multiple times. He is very good.
He goes to something on his belt. And he goes, "Here." Tosses something, hits the ground in front of your feet. It's a flask. He says, "Each one of you take a gulp of this. Nobody's getting in before you do.
Is it very good?
It ought to be."
Pick it up. Take it.
Yeah. I was gonna. If Rashka doesn't pick it up, Sharp would.
Oh yeah, sure. If Sharp wants to pick it up first, Rashka, I'll let her.
She would, no hesitation. She just takes a gulp, leads by example, and then hands it off to the next one.
Which I'm assuming is Rashka, since she's the one talking. So she'll also thank you very much, and she'll take a drink and then hand it over to Gerard.
All right.
Why is everybody just randomly?
Gerard is going to want to try. Can Gerard try to look like he takes a drink?
Now I was thinking the same for Jason.
That'll take a major deception. You're being watched by an entire like a row of people, like witnesses, and they're looking at you with great intensity. And there could be ramifications for getting caught cheating on this.
I
have a question. Sharp, having taken it first, does she feel any effects, or is she affected by it in any way?
drinking it feels like drinking salt water, like from the ocean. It's just, this is bad for me kind of thing. But at the same time, it doesn't taste like some sort of alchemical compound or a potion or anything like that.
It tastes like salt water. It's disgusting. Drink it.
Can I, if he does try to do deception, can I give him advantage by like bringing their attention towards me?
Sure, you can try. You can try. Is everybody else going to take a sip from it?
I mean, I'll take it. I'll hesitate a little bit, look at Sharp and at Rushkai, see if they don't have any effects. And then,
sorry. When a Rushkai took a gulp from it, it'll taste like the freshest, clearest spring water you've ever drank.
Interesting. And seeing the tentative nature of the others, she'll start saying, well, yes, many of our people are very adept at destroying monsters when need be. We are also very, very good at being helpful in many other ways. I, for instance, am akin to a therapist to some. They find it very easy to talk to me. My friend here, he is very good at healing. If you have physical woes or ailments, I promise you, he can probably deal with most things that are ailing you. And I'll just start going on, seeing everybody's
James,
drunk.
Yeah, you'll take a sip, and I'll just pass it to Gerald.
Yeah, for James, the sensation is exactly like with Rashkai. It's like a totally refreshing, like almost like kind of like an experience. It's very, very good water, just clear water. And
I just twigged what's happening. Sorry.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
Yeah.
I know too, I think, and I'm having so much fun at it because it's disgusting for me.
Yeah. But yeah, when Rashkai is doing all that, like you can see that Lord Kreskov is kind of looking at you. He'll kind of start to look around him, kind of like run his tongue on his gums, kind of. Yes, I'm sure that's all good. Yeah. And if Gerard wants to make the deception roll, you're free to do it with advantage.
I don't know.
Can I make the deception roll?
No.
Okay, he's
Not on this one.
gonna do it. Guidance.
You're insane! Oh no!
I apologize, but he wouldn't fucking drink it. I'm with yous. I would just drink it, but he wouldn't. I can only apologize.
Just.
That's lovely. Yeah, okay. Deception, yeah.
Put your thumb on it, like, Google. Oh, yeah, it's great.
There's none left for anyone else. Oh.
Can I have another? Yeah.
No, they might give me one. Don't need to roll again, natural 20.
Ah, nice.
There you go. A perfect ruse. No seems to be any wiser. Yeah, I believe you.
I wouldn't. If I wouldn't.
All right. Well, nobody even in your own group really caught that, unless it's something you wish to have like a wink with somebody.
He is going to be just that determined in making sure that they don't notice. There won't be any time for sort of a hey, yeah. No, it's just entirely making sure no one notices that he's not drinking this.
Yeah. All right. Then Warren is the only one left. It smells like fresh water from a well or a spring.
Why do we need to drink this?
Because if we do not, they will not let us in.
Why?
I think it's some sort of symbol of trust.
You know. Oh.
Is it?
You want to get in or not?
I want to get in, but I would want to know why I need to drink this.
If he does not drink it, can I still come in?
These lands, these times, and at that point you can hear like the wolf howl in the distance, and he lifts his head a little bit. These trying times doesn't quite cut it that you simply tell me that you're not servants of the devil. Now guzzle it down or be gone.
It would be so funny if the imp grabbed the flask, ooh, and just start flying around him. What the fuck?
Yeah, that would be good.
I telepathically kind of communicate with Kirimano and go like, we're not going to be in trouble, are we here?
He'll just kind of, I'm not touching that. No way, human.
Well, I take a small sip off of it.
All right. To you, it tastes pretty much like a clear spring water. Nothing really stands out. It's like all this fuzz over nothing.
Quite refreshing, actually. I take another gulp. Just...
That tastes disgusting, and everyone is like, "What are you talking about? It's not disgusting."
For God's sake, don't say it out loud. I'll be like, Demon!
It's like not loud before, so they could hear, but like for a party, it's like like nothing bad happened. It doesn't taste fine, but it's nothing bad happened.
Should I bring this back inside?
Can I keep it?
Kreskov is gonna be like, it's one more thing. Bring it. And you can see, like, behind the barricade, a pike is being lifted that's really long, like a really long pike. And he grabs it, holds on to it, and it's really, it's almost like a flagpole-sized giant pike with just a regular spearhead on it. And he goes to put it forward and like pulls it so that it's close to you guys. And he says that, however you may choose to do it, I want to see this cut into every one of you. And you can make out clearly that the tip is silvered.
Brashka is going to try to convince him not to have us do that. Sir, we did just get through fighting a rather large werewolf. We are all quite tired.
So you say. Now get it done.
And George's going to say to Rashkai, point out the silver swords they're carrying. Guys, take out the swords slowly, the silver ones.
You can see we have silver items on us. If that is the problem here, we have already drank your water. We just wish to come in, have good conversation, rest, and food.
All the conversations you wish once you've convinced me.
I feel we have done quite.
He just wants to be sure that we're not werewolves. Come on, I just walk up to the spear and I kind of pull this here and I kind of lean into the spear that a drip of blood comes out. Satisfied? Next. All right.
Gerard's going to sigh and go over and sort of the back of his hand, just a quick nick.
And then he'll just nod firmly and look to whoever is closest to you.
Is Rashkai vulnerable to silver?
She just doesn't want to fucking get stabbed.
Oh, okay, fair.
Well, you all did see that the moment the werewolf's blood touched the silver, it just hissed out and immediately boiled. So it's most likely that even a small nick will do.
I blame Warren for this. If he didn't clean my sword, I would still have some werewolf blood on it.
Yeah.
See, look, we killed a werewolf.
After
you would just be holding like a 12-year-old boy's head, like at that point.
look, we killed a werewolf. My son.
So Sharp would, go through the tedious process of actually removing her gloves because it's all part of the armor, and it's like she starts doing it, and it goes, "Fuck's sake, this is too much effort." Goes forth, just lift the tip of the spear and just like slightly ever brush it against her skin, and it for her it's like It was the easiest
You can
way.
see like you being not only being a woman in plate armor, but also doing this like a Rambo thing there. You can see a lot of the guards on the palisade being like, ooh. Like, mad respect, man.
They're gonna need it considering I look different and they're all human. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to prove myself here.
Gerard will say to Rashkai after his nick, he'll be like, I can heal the nick so that it never happened. It's fine.
Okay. Rashkai will say, after this, will you be convinced and allow us to enter?
Yes.
Then, I think you will owe us a dinner. Is that fair?
Yes.
She will touch the tip of the spear and to get a little prick of blood, and then hold up her finger.
All right. Did James get it done as well?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Let's just move
yeah,
on.
okay.
No.
All right, good. I
No, he
seriously,
didn't.
I wasn't sure if I missed it.
He didn't.
No.
He just.
I didn't.
Oh, okay, then I didn't miss it.
Deception
No,
plus 20.
Yeah.
Someone
So,
else's
yeah.
blood. Just, oh, look. Yeah.
James will grab it and do it on his backhand because he doesn't want his forehand getting wounded. So he just cuts it like this, like. Yeah.
All right, and after that's done, you can see him almost like with a certain sense of exhaustion, like, and then just start to pull it, and he'll look to his side to one of the guards and just nod his head, and the guard immediately like goes off, and after a while, you can hear the sounds of like barricades and these kind of slides and lock mechanisms and things like chain sounds like sounding behind the door. And after a while, the doors indeed open up to your direction. Just they're not gigantic doors. It's not like a gigantic gate in the sense of it's not like a castle gate or anything. These are like really big barn doors, kind of. And yeah,
For it. Quick, go in.
Rashkai walk.
People also heading like. No.
I kind of mentioned the sharp, but like next time I'm gonna fly over. It's way easier.
Yeah.
I'll just follow.
okay. The moment you guys start to get in through the gate, you will notice that this place is actually a quite nice looking town. It's very small. It's like it's hard to say offhand how many people it looks like live here. Maybe somewhere close to 100. It's like there's very well looked after trees everywhere. It's like it's almost like a garden and or kind of a park looking place in the sense that there's very like healthy trees. There's a lot of like things that like plants have been like planted into the soil. There's like little gardens here and there, and there's little like straw roofed cottages that all have their own little pens for like pigs and cows and the like. It looks like it would be idyllic in a certain sense if it wasn't surrounded by a wall meant to keep an army out, and if it wasn't like the color composition of this place is like with the color saturation just really low. Like there's like even apples and things like that in trees and flowers and things like that look more gray than the color they actually are. And around the time you guys get over the gate and the doors are closed behind you and these chains and latches and all these are being put back into place, you can see from a set of stairs that Lord Kreskov is coming down, handing the pike to one of the guards, and he's coming to you, and he has a certain air of being apologetic towards you. He looks a little bit humbler, and he's like, well, welcome to the village of Kresk. I beg your pardon for the ordeal I put you through, but being outsiders, I don't expect you to understand, so we must be stern.
That is perfectly okay. I would very much appreciate if you could explain to us why there is such a need for these stern rules over dinner tonight.
Yes, I agree. For now, I have only one rule to give every newcomer that comes here. Here, we do not deal in cash. We do not deal in money. Your coins have no worth here. The only meaningful mode of exchange here is labor. Being provided shelter here, being provided protection here, will cost you labor. There are gardens here, there are animals that need to be worked, there are people who need help with mundane everyday tasks. It would be very much appreciated if you would find people to help on your own accord and help sufficiently as accordance to your own senses of dignity. But if need be, you will be assigned tasks. The only task I truly have right now to ask of you is the task of a healer. There's a local woman in labor, and she's in great pain. I would very much appreciate if you could join me and alleviate some of that pain.
Rashkai looks at Gerard.
And help deliver a healthy child into the world.
Where
she looks.
Oh, yeah, Gerard's going to say, where is the woman?
Follow me. The rest of you can go about as you please. Just do not disturb people too much.
Of course.
They're not accustomed to seeing outsiders that don't look quite like, well, as we look here.
Of course, but first I would like to say, we have been through quite a bit recently, and well, we are already getting a meal for our endeavors. I think that our healer here, who you desperately need so bad, would probably pay for our first night's rest here for all of us, yes? That way we can get our bearings before doing more work for you tomorrow.
We'll see after we're done.
He is very good.
Should the child live, I'd be very much inclined to do as you pointed out.
I'm sure he will. And I'll kind of look over at Warren. Oh, it appears as though Warren is either waving or has something to say.
Yeah, I have a question, Your Lordship. You said not to disturb people, but well, I would very much gladly offer my services to people if need be. How do I combine the two?
By being courteous, respectful, and humble.
As you wish.
Very good. Well, let's be off.
Gerard will give a thumbs up as he follows the...
Is there a tavern here anywhere?
No, there are no visitors coming in and out. You are free to go to my house. It is this one right here. And it's like the closest building to the actual gate. And it's a little bit bigger than most of the cottages, but it's very much in the same vein. Everything is like one-story straw roof cottages. Very like farmer-esque. Feel free to sit down and ask my wife for a beverage or You should try the wine.
Sorry. Clockwork Orange.
Hold on. Brash guy will say, I will go with you and Gerard. I'm very good at calming people's nerves, and it seems as though there may need to be some nerves calmed here.
Very good. And
I'll
he's
head
just
towards
kinda-
his house.
All right.
I will. What do I see from where I'm standing?
From where you're standing, like right after walking inside, it's well, I mean, I don't have the map. Like I have the map here, but I mean, I don't have it right now to show you. But it's very much like a it looks like a nice park, like a it looks like a hippie community that's like more of a farmer's market, something like that. It's like there's sounds of pigs and cows and chickens and things like that, and there's vegetable gardens. There's flower gardens. The everything looks very like idyllic in that kind of way, but still kind of gloomy. And since it's small enough, you can notice that at the kind of a back end, like the kind of roads on the town kind of lead kind of around it. It's small enough to where it would be like a very big park that would be pretty much the size of the entire village. You can see that there are kind of like it's on a mountainside. You can see that the kind of back end is a little bit elevated from the front end, and you can see that there's a little bit something that has a fancier roof, something that doesn't have a straw roof, just a single kind of roof that looks kind of points out. It's like a wooden roof. And you will. Yeah, and you will also see where the kind of winding road begins, but it looks to be a very daunting kind of being victim to the elements alone.
Yeah. Okay, I'll head towards the one with the cool roof, the wooden roof, and just look around a little bit, see if I see anything that piques my interest.
All right. Yeah. What about Sharp?
She would probably not walk off on her own. She would probably stick with Warren. Seeing the whole reaction and the Burgomaster's word, it's like, it's one of these towns. Fuck. And yes, stick to a human-looking human.
Yeah, and also you and Warren being kind of having experience working together and all that. It's just kinsmanship there a little bit.
Yeah, as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's around time for us to quit while we're ahead, so that we don't have to quit while we're in the middle of something that's not easy to end on. So next time we'll get a chance to kind of look over and experience the village of Krezk and get to know the locals a little bit.
And deliver a baby, apparently.
And yeah, I'll provide a map for you guys before next session and all that as well. So yeah, I think we're gonna leave it off there and pick it up next week.
No.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks everyone.
Bye.